Right, hi lads and lasses, welcome to Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. Today's subject is something that I've been threatening to do for a while. It's another one on the mental side of the game, and it's something that I've spoke about in a couple of other videos, and they're called the stairs. I call them the stairs, you can call them what you want, ladders, steps. It's basically all about the same sort of thing. All it is a theory, and the theory that I have is when you're playing darts, as we've discussed in the past, the mental side of the game is a massive, massive part of the game, and how it affects you in the way that you perform when you're practicing and the way that you perform in public. Now, the stairs are what you're hoping to start off with, or where you will start off, is you've got low down on the stairs. So if you can imagine a set of steps, two sets of steps, one on either side, you've got one called performance and one called concentration, or the mental side. So you've got the physical side of the game. So basically you've got your playing, and then you've got your mental side of the game. And both of these affect each other. Now you do get some players that have a massive amount of confidence and a small amount of ability. What you're aiming to achieve is trying to keep these in equilibrium. So basically, if you're dead cocky, and you go out and you think you're going to beat everybody and you don't beat everybody, then obviously that's not going to get you anywhere in the game. What you need to be doing is you need to be allowing your concentration to allow you to improve your skill level. Improving your skill level means you'll perform better, which will allow you then to improve your mental level and to improve your concentration and your focus. And hopefully you will go up the stairs. And eventually you'll end up somewhere near the top, probably 2 steps from the top. The top 2 steps are reserved in my mind for something that's very, very special. And the one thing that is very, very special on when you do get that, and you'll have, when you get to stair number 8, let's say, you'll have jumps where you go to step 9 and step 10, and then you'll come back down to 8. That is absolutely natural, and number 8 is about where you're going to get to and where you're going to even out. You're going to have performances like all the players do. I mean, look at Michael Smith at the moment. Michael Smith at the moment is on step 9, and every now and again, like on week 18 of the Super League, he was on step 10. He was on fire. He played absolutely fantastic against Peter Wright, and that is one section, and this is one thing that you'll have heard me speak about before, and it's called the zone. It's when you're in the zone, and you'll have heard 1 or 2 dart players, 1 or 2 commentators speak about this place, and this place does exist. I've been in it myself a few times, and it's where your game's going that well, you feel like you can do no wrong. But believe me, as night follows day, it starts and it finishes. And when it finishes, you've got to have the mental strength to be able to come down to step 8 and still keep your enthusiasm and your love for the game. You've still got to be able to do that. So the steps, as I say, as you start to practice, if you practice in the way that I've shown you is a good way to practice, using the regimes and what have you, as your ability starts to climb, then what you need to do is then work on your mental side of the game. Then when your mental side of the game steps up again, you will automatically get, if you've got this right, the mental side, then your accuracy, your focus and everything will go from, as I've said before, aiming generally at the treble 20 to aiming right in the middle of it, and being able to place that dart exactly where you want it to go. It's not all a physical thing. If you've got a dartboard in front of you, and I've spoke to you about this before, is if you're going for trebles, right? You just watch somebody in the pub. You just watch somebody who's an average dart player. When they throw for a treble 20, it's going round the treble 20. There's quite a degree of muck spreading. Whereas when they go for a double, you can see the difference in the way they're concentrating, and you can see the difference in the effort that they're putting in to put that dart into that double. Because if you don't put it in the double, you ain't going to finish. But if you can put that concentration into hitting the treble 20, the treble 19, the treble 18, 17s, bullseye, as I've said to you on many, many occasions, if you can put the same amount of focus into doing that, your darts game will come on leaps and bounds, absolutely leaps and bounds, in a relatively short space of time. As I've said, so just to conclude, the stairs. We start at the bottom, and with darts coaching and advice, if you keep watching the videos and emulating the different stages and the different things, don't forget, if you have a lapse, you go right back to the basics. And it doesn't matter if it's only for a day. It doesn't matter if it's only for an hour and it all comes back. But that is one of the cornerstones of keeping your consistency, is being able to pare it all back and find out where you're going wrong. And automatically you will put right what you're going wrong if you go back to basics and start again. Work yourself through. As I've explained before, in days gone by, weeks gone by, years gone by, it's took me weeks, days, hours, and now it is down to literally an hour maybe. Go right back to basics, make sure you've got your foot on the hockey properly. Strip it right back, make sure that when you're pulling your arm back, you're doing it properly. And that's all these stairs. That's all about making a solid concrete foundation to stand on. No good having stairs that are made out of cardboard. You need stairs that are made out of concrete, stone, things that are there, and the things that you can rely on, like having a reliable car, having a reliable partner. It's something that you've got to be able to rely on. And I find so many people where I'm giving them darts coaching and where I'm giving them advice, and it's all about these stairs. About what's happened is their mental side of the game has fell to bits. And when your mental side of the game comes down 2 or 3 stairs, it automatically fetches your skill level down with it, because you've got the dropped shoulders and you've got that attitude to it, and you've got, oh well, I'm not doing any good, I'm not progressing, I've had a total fall to bits of my game. What you need to do is like I do. It's come on. It's not, oh, I'm rubbish. Find the good things and build on them. Find the things that you enjoy about the game and build on it. Use these stairs, and as you go along, you'll find you get, like me, I have a fantastic passion for the game. I love doing these videos. I just absolutely think it's fantastic, even just to help someone. I was helping a youth player the other day in the pub, and the difference that I made to him in half an hour. He was a youth player, and he was thinking his skill level, let's say, was not the best. He'd only been playing about six, maybe 12 months, something like that. He said somewhere around about a year. So let's say he's been playing a year. But unfortunately, what he'd done is his mum and dad had given him a set of darts, and he'd just started flinging them at the board, and he'd developed his own style and everything. But I got him to stand properly. I got him to throw the darts properly, and he kept saying to me, oh, it don't feel right, this, it don't feel right. And I said to him, yeah, well, that's quite correct. It doesn't feel right, but it will. I promise you, it will feel right when it starts to work for you. And when it starts to work for you, you're going to think to yourself, he was absolutely right, that bloke. And like I say, within half an hour, he was only in there for half an hour, 40 minutes, and then his dad was going, so he had to go. But in half an hour, 40 minutes, I got him into, he did his first ever 140. It hit his first, not his first ever, but one of the very, very rare ever hundreds he'd ever hit. And I had him knocking doubles out about once every 6 or 7 hours. He was hitting the double. Some of them he hit straight away, some of them he was struggling a bit with. But obviously I was taking him to parts of the board where he'd never been before, where he wouldn't even attempt. What he'd do is he'd do a certain amount of numbers, so he didn't have to go anywhere near these doubles that he'd got in his head, mental side of the game again, that he couldn't hit. And I said to him, I said, no, I said, that's absolute rubbish. I said, you can hit every segment on this board, you can hit, and I absolutely promise you. And I got him G'd up, and I got him in a positive frame of mind, and I got him enthusiastic, and by the end of it, he was walking on air. And he said to me, when I go home, he said, I'm going to play for hours. And I said, well, no, don't do that. I said, do the breaks and what have you. Gave him all the little bits of information that I could fit in the half an hour. And I told him about structured practice and all that sort of stuff and how to build it up. So hopefully, you never know, we might have a world champion there at some point in the future. and it's been done before, and it'll happen in the future. Right, so thanks for watching Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. I've mentioned to you before all the exciting things that are coming up. I've had just a little bit of a footnote. I've had some really nice, really generous donators, and I've decided that what I want to do is, because I am the way that I am, I want to put something back. So every month, if you donate, down at the bottom here, you'll see a link to donate. Everybody, if you donate anything above £1, I'm hoping that a lot of people will donate a little bit more than that. But obviously, whatever you can afford to donate is absolutely fantastic. Everybody who donates £5 or more will go into what I'm going to do is every time someone donates, I get some information. I'm going to put a number next to each one of those, and every time it gets to 100 donations, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick somebody out and I'm going to send you some goodies, which could be a set of darts, a dartboard, a dart shirt. They're definitely going to be worth having. It's not going to be like cheap Mickey Mouse throwaway stuff. It's going to be real good stuff, and I've noticed when I've been doing a lot of analysing people's throws that the dartboards and what have you are not fantastic. So for the price of basically a pint of beer in a decent pub nowadays, you could have the chance that I might just be able to send you a dartboard or a dart shirt, set of darts. There's going to be all sorts coming up. So right, thanks for watching Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. And don't forget, lads and lasses, as I always say, always, 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 toe to the hockey.